Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Let me share another seduction thing with you. Now, I shared one yesterday. I said, I'm feeling good. Let me share another one with you. And it's very simple. You have to like women. Now, I know that might seem like something, but let's just be real. Let's just be real out here. A lot of guys really don't like women. They might want to get pussy or some shit like that. Might want that woman to have their babies, but deep down, they don't like women. In fact, if they don't have to hang around women, or if in these days and times, if homosexuality was more accepted, these guys would just hang around men. And I do mean exactly what I said. Seriously, these dudes just don't like women. And it could be for myriad reasons. I ain't worried about it. But if you're trying to seduce a woman, you need at the very least to like her. And not say that you like her either. See, one thing about women, they read men. They don't just listen to what's coming out our mouths. They looking at how we looking at them. They listening to our voice intonations, our stance towards them, everything. They paying attention to a whole lot of little stuff that we ain't even thinking about. And that's how a lot of guys lose. Like, I knew this guy years ago. And years ago, we were friends at the time. Haven't really talked to him in the past few years. But he would always call a woman a bitch. And, in private conversations. And I checked him on it. Or, no, actually, what it was, he said, you don't seem to like that. I said, look, man, you might not think about it, but those women can pick up on it if you don't really like them. And some of the stuff he was saying, he really didn't like them. Now, let me be clear. I understand that men get rejected. All men get rejected. I'll use myself for an example. I've probably been rejected more than most men have gotten women, more than most men watching. Over the years, you're going to, like I always say, every woman ain't going to like you. I've been rejected, but I've been accepted by many women, had many legs wrapped around my back, had many women get on their knees and give me that blowjob, had many women make me those sandwiches. Yeah, my youngest son ain't gonna like that. But sandwiches, he likes sandwiches. But whatever the case, shit, one woman was even gonna come over. I remember one time, I mentioned this before, I ain't really want the woman to come over, and I ain't just tell her straight up, nah, I ain't really trying to see. I was like, I don't have no food. I'll come over. I'll bring a sandwich. We can split a sandwich. And just FYI, if a woman bring you food, offer you food, bring you food, she likes you. She likes you. She my co-parent. If I go over there or something, she offers some food, I already know I gotta take it. I remember one time I went over there, she offered some food. I wasn't really hungry. I was like, nah, I'm all right. She waited about 10 minutes, offered me the food again. I said, you know what? Let me get that food. Yeah. But hey, that's another conversation. That's how you know, just as a tangent, that's how you know a woman like you. She give you some food. But, the key is have a general like for women. Now, that's different because I know some guys, some Bama ass dudes will be like, no, that's simping. No. See, dudes who are simping are faking. They don't really like women. They just doing what they think will work. You have to like them. Let me use a very, very crude analogy. It's like a dog. You can't tell a dog anything. They'll come up and smell you, whatever. If they like you, they'll lick you, all that stuff. If they don't like you, they'll attack you. I remember when my grandmother was alive, and on the street was a woman who was like a second mother to me, and she had a dog, and may she rest in peace, but she never put that dog on a leash. And that dog was friendly to everybody, but she just let the dog go out, he do his thing, he come back, right? And he was generally friendly to everybody in the neighborhood, but there was one guy walking in the neighborhood, he attacked her. He's like, ah! Dog, like, just like a dog can sense it, a woman can sense it. And like, they looking at how you looking at them. They looking at your body language. They listening to your speech intonation, no matter what. Just like women have different voice tones for how they gonna say hi to you. They listening to a man's voice tone on how he's saying hi to them, how he's interacting with them. Women can tell a whole lot. If you got issues with women, most women can pick up on it. Most. Only women who might not be able to pick up on it are neurodivergent women. They might not be able to pick up on it. But the average woman out here can pick up if you really ain't feeling her, or you just trying to get the pussy. But see, the thing is, and I'm using myself as an example again, you just have to like women. Because when I look at women, once again, like I mentioned the sex and all of that, and fixing me food. But many women have put money in my pockets one way or the other, or helped me to make money. They've helped me to live. So that's what I focused on. So and yeah, there were some women who rejected me, but like I've always said about rejection, take that as a thank you. Take that as God's protection, however you worship God, if you even worship God. If you don't worship God, just, you know what? Take that as protection. Because if a woman rejects you, first of all, like I always say, you don't take that personally. You don't know what's going on with her. You don't know what's happening with her. You don't know if she got a man. You don't know if she look, I'll just say the word. She might just be bitchy anyway. You might not want her. You know? She might be a lesbian. She could be whatever. So you don't take it personally. If a woman rejects you, obviously, she can't do anything for you. Because if a woman rejects you, she letting you know right there on the spot. In fact, you should thank her for being honest. You should thank her for being honest. Because many guys will hook up with some woman who really don't like them, and that woman will do everything to screw them up. In fact, you will get some women, and I need to do a separate video on this. They will do some stuff to you that, in fact, I'll do some tomorrow on that. They will do something to you just to hurt you. And you got to pay attention to that. But see, that's them. There's 4 billion women in the world. One of the things is, as a man, you got to keep focus on the women who like you. But you have to like them back. You have to genuinely like them back. Because women, they can pick up on it. They can pick up on it. They can see if somebody really like them or somebody's bullshitting. In fact, it's easier just not to bullshit with a woman. Because they're reading everything. They're reading your body language. They're listening to your voice tone. They're looking at how you're looking at them. And see, when you like them, it actually turns them on in a bit. Because remember what I was saying yesterday, women love attention. They want that. Like if a woman walks out the house, she don't get attention, shoot. If she go a day without attention, shoot, she calling up her therapist. And trust me, a whole lot of them got therapists. Oh my God. Shoot, that's another conversation. I'll leave that one alone. I'll leave that alone. Shoot. In fact, you get some women, probably some men too, using ChatGPT as a therapist. That's a whole different conversation. That's something for my deep thought. But here's the thing. You have to just like women. And they can pick up whether you like them or not. And the way things are with so many guys going against a woman, just having a general like for women. Just a general. Not even a specific woman. If you just generally like women and you can be cool with them. First of all, if you generally like them, you're going to be cool around them. Now, let me be clear. If they do something crazy, yeah, you can still check them. But it's just like you generally like dogs. But if a dog is being bad, you still hit it on the nose. You still let them know. Like, I have a very general like for women, very general love for women. But I will check one if she's out of pocket. I don't care. I will let her know. Now, I might give her a little bit of leeway until I do so. But if she's going to be continually out of pocket, I'll check her. But still, I'll just love it. I'll just love them. And if I meet some women who act like they don't want to be friendly or whatever, I don't get mad at them. I just keep a distance. I keep them. I never forget when this one woman said she really didn't like me. And all I did was just look at her and said, all right, then we should keep our distance from each other. And ironically, she got mad because I wasn't mad about it. I was just like, whatever. You know, we just keep a distance. Because like I said, but still, when I meet women, I generally like them. And generally love them. Shoot. Like I said, anybody who's had enough, had some sandwiches brought to them. No, I'm sorry. Let me say it right. I just had to fight my son on it. Sandwiches brought to them. And some big sexy thighs, which save lives. Wrapped around their back. Shit. You gonna love them. Then they get up, make you some. Shoot, I've had some women put money in my pockets, literally. Not help me with the business, actually get money out there, purses or whatever, and hand it to me. Pay for the movies, all of that. Shit. Too many women bring me pleasure. There's no reason for me to dislike them for any reason. And that's one of the things. You got to have a general like at a minimum general like. Or I don't know. It's hard to say love, but you know, when I say love, let me break that down a bit. That don't mean lust. That don't mean lust, though. That's a part of it. Love is just patience. You know, some admiration. Tolerance, all of that. You can generally get along with them, regardless of who they are. And this don't mean like some woman that you've having sex with. Let me be very clear on that. Because sometimes, I'm going to be real. Sometimes if you had that general thing, you get a woman who, for whatever reason, can't get with you. She'll set you up with her friend. I've been with plenty of women sexually, and we were set up by a friend of theirs. Indeed. I've gotten with some women, gotten with like their sisters, their cousins, whatever. Because women can sense that. Women can sense that. And you got to have that attitude within you. You got to have it within you. It has to be genuine. Now, I know women be out here doing some stuff, because I know some guys be like, they be doing this or that. But hold up. If you ran into 20 women who treated you poorly, who did some rotten stuff to you, the only thing they had in common was you. See, the thing is, you got to say, okay, what is it within me that's catching hell from these women? What is it within me that these women keep trying to use me for money? What is it within me? And you got 100% control over that. And then once you change what's within you, you'll notice the women will change. Heck, there's been times I've done some stuff and the women weren't showing any interest, but then I would just change with it what was in me, and not even to get the women, just because it was just a bad thing. And then the women be like, hey, be all friendly, becoming all friendly and stuff. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm still going to be me. Hey. And see, that's the important thing. That's the important thing. You always want to be that person, because I'm going to tell you what, with women, they bring their own stuff to the world. They don't need to be like a man, in my view. You know, they bring a lot of stuff. Like I said, women have, yes, there's been plenty of women that rejected me, but plenty of women that have helped me out. I'll shout out even my co-parent. When we were going through divorce, she fought her own attorney so I wouldn't have to pay child support. And like I said, if she offered me some food, I'd just take it. I might not even be hungry then. She'll still put food on. She'll still put food on the plate for me. She'll still offer me food. Like I said, I can't even reject. I might not even be hungry. I just say, look, I'll take it home. She'll give me a container and everything, and take that home. Shoot, then make sure you fed. They having sex with you. Make sure you getting money. Like even women who just in a friend zone. Let me talk about that for a second. I like them even for that because, as Master Teacher BGS would say, they have a Rolodex. And there's been quite a few women never had sex with, never even met them in the real world. You know, might be somebody I just met just online, so it's some recent ass shit, right? Relatively recent, last decade or so. Never met them in person, but they'll say, hey, you need to check this out. You need to check this out. Check out this site. Do this. Like, here's something some people talking about. So like, okay, boom. Boom. So women doing all this stuff for me, I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why I hate them? And yeah, there's still going to be a woman who, even if I say hi, not going to say hi back. And still might get a rejection here and there. If I try to talk to some woman out wherever, I'm like, okay, whatever. But even them, be like, hey, have a great day. Because, like I said, if a woman reject you, what's she going to do for you? What is she going to do for you? There's nothing she can do for you. She doing you a favor. So you can like them for that. It's like, shit, they taking care of it. They ain't going that. I already know. Okay, that woman ain't gonna play you. In fact, I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow. Because you have to like really, you have to pay attention to it. But it's a great thing for seduction, because that's one of the things before you even said a word. Because okay, like I've said several times, women decide in 3 seconds what they're gonna do with it. Now, whether it's choosing signals where a woman's checking you out, or a cold approach, or what you think is a cold approach. Like I've said before, often that woman's seen you for a while. Or even in that case where a woman has seen you around for a while. All she got is your body language. All she got is whatever you presented. And yeah, you still wanna have like those nice clothes, and you still wanna have that hookup and everything. But she's reading your energy. She's feeling a vibe from you. If you one of those people who just don't like women, they will feel that vibe. Now, if you one of those guys who genuinely likes women, genuinely likes being around them, genuinely wants to talk to them, they can feel that too. They can feel that. They will tell you that. It was like this woman. I remember when I was living in my old apartment. I had a woman actually come by and give me a massage. Not a happy ending massage, but she gave me a full massage. And she was somebody, a co-worker on a job. Now, we didn't really talk that much, but I knew she did massages. And, we talking. She said she'll come by and she'll give me the massage. And I actually asked her after she gave me the massage. I said, you trusted me enough to come to my place like this? She would say, yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, bro. All right, man. Yeah. He had a big ass truck. It was Bogart. I was like, shit, I'm letting him down. But anyway, that woman, she said she just felt, that massage therapist said she just felt that vibe from me. That I wasn't going to like do anything crazy. That's why she brought her thing over to my house. It was over there. She gave me a very good massage. But, like I said, women, they be feeling everything. They be feeling it. Now, I ain't have anything. Now, if I had a negative attitude towards women, that wasn't going to happen. Now, even when you trying to approach a woman and talk to them, like, I've seen some guys that they genuinely had some issues with women. Generally didn't like talking with them. But yet, they still wanted the nanny. They still wanted the pussy. And they would approach a woman, and the woman wouldn't give them the time of day. Or the woman wouldn't be receptive to them. That's because the woman was picking up on their energy that this dude just didn't like a woman. Now they picking up on that. Like I said, that's seductive before you even opened your mouth. Like even when you're approaching a woman, or she giving you choosing signals, or even if she see you from a distance, you ain't saying something, but they picking up on it. Because one thing, like I've always said, women are always checking out a man. And they paying attention to every little thing. Like one thing they pay attention to, they'll pay attention how you interacting with people. Like I've heard stories of women paying attention to like how, like if they on a date with a man at a restaurant, how he's treating the servers, how he's talking to people. You know, a lot of women go crazy. You had that baby and stuff. Shit, they be like, oh yeah, they love that. They love that. They checking out how you interacting with them. They are paying attention. Everything. I remember me and my sons was somewhere. I had to correct my son on something, and this woman just sitting there looking. I was like, whatever, stay the fuck out of it. You know? And knows what I say, stay the fuck out of it. I ain't tell her that, but I just shot that energy at her, right? Like I said, it don't mean you going to treat every single woman right. Because, you know, if you get a woman who's acting incorrect towards you, you correct her. You know, you correct her. Just like your energy can like a woman, your energy can also say, hold up, honey. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. All right? That don't mean you simping and just treating every woman right. And look, let me talk about that. Because one thing simps will do, they are really using that as a game. They don't generally like women. They just trying to get whatever. They don't believe what they're saying or doing. They just trying to get some pussy. Let's just be real with it. They trying to get some pussy. But they don't generally like women. In fact, a lot of nice guys generally don't like women. Being nice is just their game. That's their game, just to like try to be nice, kind, all that. But deep down, they don't really like a woman. And women pick up on that. Women, like I said, women pick up on it. They can pick up on that vibe, that energy, whatever. But if you have it and you genuine with it, you generally like women. You generally have a good feeling for them. They can pick up on that. And that's seductive. They will pay attention to that. Even in cases, right, where because you get a lot of dudes thinking, oh, well, yeah, you gotta be 6'2", you gotta be Superman. No, because even with them, there's some guys who got all that physical stuff, but they assholes, and women will pick up on it. And contrary to popular belief, women don't really like assholes. You know, they really don't. In particular, when it comes to how they're being treated, they really don't. Now, they don't like no suckers either, or some fake me out nice guys, but somebody who's generally cool with women, they can pick up on that shit. They can read that shit. Seriously. Women can pick up on it. They looking at it. They reading everything. They looking at how your eyes are looking at them, how you smiling at them. Everything. Your voice intonation. Seriously, they picking up on all of that. But it's seductive to them if you're showing that you like them. And then it's kind of like I said yesterday. It's like I said yesterday. If they pick up that you showing them any like or intention and you generally like them, they'll think about it. They'll think about it. That's how some dudes are able to get a woman anyway. They will grow on the woman. Because he's like, oh, well, yeah. Yeah, he ain't that tall, but he cool. Or he ain't that handsome, but you know what? He got a good attitude. Oh man, Popo going somewhere. No, that ain't Popo. That's somebody with the fire department. Fire department. So that's the thing. That's the thing. So you want to like really just like women. And if you got some issue with women, ask yourself why you got that issue. Because they rejected you? Well, they reject everybody. Rejections are learning experiences. You learn from it. I know one dude, he was getting rejected all the time. He was getting rejected all the time. All he did was change himself, and that dude, and he showed me the pictures of the women he would get with. I was like, damn, dude. I mean, some fine ones. He can still call them up, even though he's with a woman now. Shoot. In fact, there were times she would just let him do his thing. Shoot. But that's another level. That's even another level of game right there. That's even another level of game. So, anyway, though, you gotta just generally like women. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts, alright? So, anyway, because trust me, if you generally like them, it opens up some stuff. Because women, like I always say, I'm gonna reiterate that. Women reading you. Women reading everything about you. Alright? So, anyway, I'll talk to y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings, y'all.